What's up? What's up? Great evening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Great evening, everybody. Great evening. Kings, queens, gods, goddess. Thanks for tuning in. Hope everybody had a great day, because it's your choice. If you had a menu with greatness on it, wouldn't you choose greatness? Wouldn't you choose greatness? So anyway, my brother from Memphis, Tennessee, gonna hop on. He's gonna hop on in a minute. I'm gonna invite him in, and you're gonna feel his amazing energy. But I'll wait for that. So I wanted to say two things before I bring my brother in. Two things that was on my mind. The first thing was I bought a property last week, a newer construction home, 4-bedroom, 1.5 bath. So the young lady that stays in the house, and her boyfriend and her kid, they've been living there for about 7 years. The rent is $550 a month. They've been living in the house for 7 years, and their rent has been $550. Newer construction home built in 1997. 4 bedrooms, 1.5 bath. Their rent is $550. So when I walked through the property last week, just to make sure everything was what the seller told me it was, and so I walked through, and she asked me, was I going to raise the rent? And I said, of course. I said, what you're paying right now, the $550, that's what I charge in a 2-bedroom in a 2-family home. This rent is like, this is not market rent. Market rent for this property is $800 to $850. But I'm not going to charge $800 to $850, but the rent is definitely going up. And all of the repairs that you pointed out, I'm going to take care of the repairs, but the rent is definitely going up. So I just say that to say, for anybody that uses Section 8, that's great. We all need a stepping stone sometime on this road. But make sure you use it as a stepping stone to success. Don't get comfortable in those places. When you're paying $550 a month, or you're on Section 8, start allocating money, because one day you want to put yourself in position where you could be the homeowner. So don't just, because you're on Section 8, you blow all your money. It's like, it's designed to handicap you, and it's not good to be handicapped as an adult. Use it as a stepping stone. Don't think that you're only paying a little bit of rent and the government taking care of you, and for the rest of your life you depend on the government. Don't do that. Use it as a stepping stone. Use it. It's okay to have Section 8, but use it. Start putting your money to the side. If you don't have to pay what you know market rent is, put that money to the side. You should be I think if you aren't using government assistance, you should be in the best position in a few years to be investing. So make sure you make the most of that. Don't get handicapped and dependent on the system. You don't know what the system is going to do. The government shut down. What if they cut off all the programs? And you know that they will. Don't be dependent. It's like God didn't create you to be dependent on something. Like we all have something special. We all have a way that we could take care of ourselves, and not just take care of ourselves, and thrive. So don't be dependent on anything. Like, be dependent on yourself. Stand firm on God. Period. Put all of that energy into yourself and believing in God no matter what. Stand firm on that. Don't depend on nothing else. Nothing outside of you. Not no relationship, not nothing. Stand firm on God's word. Move through life like that. Use everything as a stepping stone. I'm about to click my brother in. I know he can't wait to start talking. And trust me, he got a lot to say. We met, I don't know how many years ago, and we hit it off as soon as we met. You know, his energy is crazy. Yeah, so you're gonna hear from him. He probably gonna take up most of the time, so we probably gonna have to do about 3 calls, three mentorship Mondays, so you can hear him talk. But I'm about to bring him in right now. Come on, King, send that request again. I know he can't wait to get in and talk. Y'all see what I'm talking about in a minute. Come on, King, send it. Do I need to send you the request? Send the request, because I know you over there can't sit down. Y'all get ready. Everybody get up out your seats. Give it up for my brother, all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Rico MadPaper Smith is in the building.
What's going on? What's the word? What's the word, man? I was getting involved in what you were saying, and I almost forgot to click the request. What's the word, brother?
Hey, the word is life. The word is life. And so everybody, for the people that don't know, this is my brother, Young King Rico Smith, down in Memphis, Tennessee, one of the top wholesalers in the USA.
Yes.
Energy is super crazy. When we first met up to do a what was it? When we first met in Jersey.
We first met up in Jersey, and the first thing that we were to do was to come together and create a mentorship program with the famous Jay Morrison. And that's how we linked up, man. And I remember talking to you, and one important thing that I learned from you, Beyond, that stuck with me from meeting you in New Jersey was valuing relationships in real estate. You know, that really stuck with me, and it stayed with me. And I brought that back with Memphis. And with that knowledge, it helped me create a large and massive successful coaching program that God has blessed me with tremendously, man. So I'm on this live. I want to thank you personally for pouring into me and teaching me about the value of relationships, because it's simple. You know, it's not rocket science. If you build successful relationships in real estate, the money is going to follow, man. And I mean, I've made so much money with that. I want to thank you. I appreciate you.
Hey, it's a pleasure, King. Hey, that's what we're here for. We're here to inspire and be confirmation for each other, and you know, share information and resources. And that's my strategy. People always asking me, my strategy is relationship building, because what I know, I love leverage. So if I focus on the relationship, everything that I want gonna follow. If I focus on the relationship,
it does. And you know, on this live, I want to let the people know that's joining. You know, everybody wants to get into real estate to make some money, and that's okay. You know, we want to, you know, become successful, and we want to obtain materialistic objects, and that's fine, because if we do, it's almost like a scorecard to let us know that we're doing good. But what I want people to know is you have to learn self-development, okay? It's all about your mindset. And as I was talking to Beyond earlier today, people need to go back on their pain in their life. You know, something that drastic has happened in their life, it can either do 2 things for you. You can either give up, or you can keep going through those obstacles. And I'm going to be transparent tonight on this live, and I want to let you all know my pain was my grandfather. You know, my grandfather, he was my father figure in my life, and he instilled everything inside of me, and he told me how to be a successful man. And my grandfather, Beyond, you know, I know you know this story, but he was murdered in a carjacking, and he was killed at 82 years old, a senseless murder. And that was in the midst of me building my wholesale business, and in the midst of me building my coaching business. And I mean, it was a very trying time for me, because my grandfather was everything to me. And I had 2 choices right then and there when he passed. I could have given up everything, or I could go back on what grandfather was telling me when he was alive, and he would say, you know what, I'm not going to be here all the time. and you're going to have to be a patriot and stand up and take care of your mom. And so I remember those things that he would say to me, and that's how I propelled through the obstacles when they presented themselves in front of me in real estate. And I want everyone to know, if you are, facing a situation where you're broke, busted, and disgusted, you've lost your job, you don't know how you're going to pay your mortgage to save yourself from foreclosure, you got to go back on that pain, and you got to hit hard. Let that pain motivate you, okay? Nothing is going to stop me now. I'm at this point in my life where, my grandfather, I can hear his voice inside of me every single morning, okay? And I affirm to myself that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to win in his honor and legacy, guys. So don't let pain kill you. Do not let the pain allow you to become depressed, and don't allow the pain to allow you to keep coming up with those weak excuses. Because as Beyond always say, when coach take us out the game and retire our jersey, we only have one life to live. So you have to haul ass, guys. You have to.
It's something you talk about your grandfather, and like 18 months ago when my mom passed, I felt like giving up. Like I didn't really like life, like it really, like it didn't matter. Like I'm thinking like nothing.
Right.
Like, so I was in that place. So I had to, what happened was, what saved me at that place, like my mom leaving, it's like, what else is it? Like my mother gone. Like, I'm not afraid of anything anyway. And I just felt like just giving up on everything and everybody. But what saved me was the work I had done before then with the personal development and feed myself. So I used all those things and talking to myself every day, those good thoughts, the positivity to get me through. And every day I would say, at some point, you're going to get past this, and just telling myself good things. And then I started thinking about my kids. I'm like you can't give up. Your kids depending on you. And then certain people will reach out to me and just say, hey, King, I'm just checking on you and see how you're doing. And it made me want to cry, like, damn, like, man, like, and so that's what helped me. That's what helped me get back. And then I started thinking about, like Michael Jordan, Game 5, championship game when they played Salt Lake City, Utah in 1989. He played with the flu, and they won the game. And so when I look at that scenario, he didn't have to play, and nobody would have said anything. So I'm thinking, like he said to himself, he said, God woke me up, like coach put me in the game.
Right.
I could take my team to a championship, so I have to play. And so that's been in my head ever since. So it's like, coach put me in the game. So even if I'm hurt, I still have to play.
Wow.
I still have to play. And it's like,
so
mom can't come back, right? But mom depended on me.
Right.
Mom wasn't weak. Mom was strength in every sense of the word. So I can't give up. I have to lead the team to a championship. And my mom have to live through me. Like your grandfather got to live through you.
Yeah.
So it's like, we don't understand excuse and giving up. We don't have no other choice.
Yeah, we don't have any choice. And, that's what I want people on the live that's watching tonight to know. If you really want it, like you say you do, then you're going to do anything in your might to win, okay? And some things that you say beyond, and it's the truth. When obstacles arise in front of you, it's not for you to give up. It's for you to adapt and grow through, okay? I'm going to say it again. Yes. When obstacles present themselves in front of you, that's the time to learn. That's the time to grow, to master your craft and become better. So when we talk about wholesale real estate, some of my students beyond, they call me and they say, man, this is difficult. I'm getting rejection after rejection. The seller said they don't want to give me the deal because the numbers don't work. I don't know if this is for me. I look at them and I ask, I'm like, man, how bad do you want this thing? Did you listen to the phone call? Did you pay attention to the rapport building and the relationship building factor with that seller? It's all about mastering your craft at the end of the day. Even though you didn't get that deal, it was about mastering your craft so you could become better. So when the next deal presents itself, you can achieve that goal and close that deal, guys. So, I just want to let you guys know, you got to amp yourself up. We got one life to live right now. You got so many people around here walking around like they got 1,000 years to live. We do not have 1,000 years to live. God has given us this ability to co-create our reality with the power of our subconscious mind. And I go over this every single Saturday here in Memphis with my coaching clients. And some people look at me and they say, Rico, I'm already motivated, man. I just want the real estate. But they're lost. I am big on self-development. We could talk on this live about real estate strategies for hours. Am I right or wrong, Beyond? You know, but the most important part people miss is the self-development factor. What affirmations are you saying to yourself in the morning to get that bullcrap, poverty-stricken mindset out of your head? You know, and I want to share affirmation that I know you remember, Beyond, that I say when I met you in New Jersey, but we use this affirmation to program our mind for wealth and success, and I want to say it. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. And I say that to myself, and I charge myself up when I leave that house. And there's nothing that can stop me. There's nothing that can stop me, guys. So I want you to wholeheartedly take this and equip yourself with this tool so you can reach massive success.
Every day, almost every day I get in my car, I have $100 bill that I wrote on, and I got it laminated. I wrote something great will happen today. And I post that on my Instagram story almost daily. And up under it, I write, program yourself with your story. And what I mean by that, people, is you have to plant seeds in your mind and water them every day. Be constantly reminding yourself about your program. Like you turn on the TV, that's their program. That's designed to program you to think the way that they want you to think. So you have to decide what you want in your life, and you have to program yourself with your program. That's why I took the $100 bill and wrote my program on it. This is my program, my life. And we all have the ability to do the same thing. Program yourself with your program. Program yourself with your program.
That's big, man. And you know what? What you said, Beyond, I learned this from you, and I say it in class all the time. The $1 trillion distraction industry. The $1 trillion distraction industry. They got these advertisements, and they say, you know what? It's okay to go to school for 4 years and graduate and get that good job. But that's not true. Because when you graduate and leave school, you are mounted with this debt, and you're confused, and you don't know how to, you know, get rid of the debt. And so they keep you in the rat race. What, you going to say something?
I want to say something. You continue. You could continue.
Okay.
The reason why you just mentioned about the debt, right? So what came up was they don't prepare you on how to deal with the debt. There ain't no finance type situation in school to prepare you. So they put it on you because they know that you fresh, your mind open. You're going to get these cards because you're in a tight spot, right?
Yep.
And then we get to a place where most people are now. They say, oh, I don't want it. I don't want no debt, no credit card. No, you wasn't taught how to use them. So it's good debt and bad debt. You think that they building these cities with their cash? No, they're using debt to build it. So just like, can fire save you? Can fire save your life?
Fire.
Can fire save your life? Fire, like the heat that keep our house warm.
Oh yeah, it can. It's a tool. It can help you with your life.
So fire can save your life. Fire can kill you. Water can save our lives. Water can kill us. But we understand it. We don't understand debt. Debt can make us rich. Debt can make us poor. Only thing we know about is the poor part. We don't know about the rich and wealthy part.
Wow.
So that's why I wrote this book. I wrote this book to get people to use their own brain, not what somebody told you. If it don't feel right, it don't make sense. Use your brain. All these quotes came out of my brain. Most quote books are referencing somebody else's quote. So the whole purpose of the things that I wrote in this book is to get people to think outside of the box.
Exactly. And to think on their own way. That is so powerful, Beyond.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope people, after this live, I'm going to say the subconscious mind. Make sure you study and research what the subconscious mind is, okay? And program your life for what you want it to become. I tell people all the time, you know, they want to get involved with real estate, and I look at them and I say, well, do you want to retire with it? And they say, yeah. And I also ask them, what is your number? How often do you look at your retirement number? And you know what they do, guys? They look at me and they scratch their head. If you don't know your specific number on what you need to retire, then why are you doing this? Why are you wasting your time? For example, if it's $300,000, you need to write that $300,000 on a whiteboard along with the plan to achieve that goal, because your subconscious mind needs to focus on it. Beyond is a master of that. He has been a master of that for years, and that's something that I learned from him, guys. If you are going to be intentional on reaching success, you got to write it down. So as soon as you write it down, your mind is going to look at it and say, this person is serious now. And God and the universe is going to do anything in its might to bring what you need in your life or what you want to attract to you. That's the truth. You know, it can't get no farther from the truth in that. That's the important thing. This is what most of these coaches and gurus are not telling you guys. They're just diving straight into the real estate. That's why you see so many people just failing, because they don't have a true purpose. They don't have a goal in mind, and they're just trying to make some money. Guys, don't get me wrong. Money is great, but don't let that be your sole aim. Don't let money blind you, okay? Man, I was going to go in a little bit more, Beyond. You got something more to say?
Man, go. We on here to go. Not this. Go. It's an open dialogue. It's an open dialogue. It ain't no boundary. Just go. Whatever come to your spirit, somebody need to hear it. Whatever come to your spirit, somebody need to hear it. I just came up with that.
That's a good one, man. And another thing I want to talk about is association. Who are you hanging around every day? That's something I was thinking on and contemplating when I got on this live. What can I share with these guys that's going to allow them to get some power and become a supreme being? And I saw this quote, Beyond. I want to share it with you. You know, there's two nonprofit organizations, right? You got the nonprofit like Make-A-Wish Foundation, and you have some nonprofits at some churches. But if you have a collective group of people, okay, who are hanging around each other with no ideal goal in mind, who are not trying to make any money, that's a nonprofit organization, and you don't need to be around that, okay? I hope you take that note. Before my grandfather passed, he told me, he said, if 5 of your friends are broke, busted, and disgusted, guess what? You're going to be the 6th one. So hang around people who are influential. Hang around millionaires. Hang around people that are positive. Hang around people that support your dreams and goals. Get away from the misery. You don't need that, because that energy is going to attract to you, and you're never going to accomplish anything in real estate. See, guys, I'm giving you the jewels that's going to allow you to become successful, and it's going to allow you to close many deals in wholesale real estate. You know, and I can't stress that enough. I am so glad that, you know, God has put me on this earth and put me through the things that I went through in my life, Beyond. And I'm going to be transparent tonight, okay? My mom, you know, she made some choices in her life, and my father, he was in the penitentiary. And I was blessed to be able to be raised by my 2 grandmothers and along with my grandfather. And, you know, being 13, 14, 15 years old, living with my grandmother and them putting me through school was great. But Beyond, I still had to witness my mom and dad suffer, okay? And that did something to me early on. They gave me a burning desire, unlike anyone else. While everyone else was worrying about, you know, shoes and clothes and, you know, just stuff that wasn't important, I was trying to figure out how could I retire my mom and dad in the years to come, okay? And so I overdosed on self-development books. Guys, you need to overdose on self-development books. People like Les Brown, Robert Kiyosaki, Bob Proctor. These guys changed my life. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. I was reading these books at an early age, and that ignited my fire. That's why I have so much passion, because I truly and wholeheartedly believe that you can co-create your reality with your mind, okay? Leading on up to me doing a lot of deals in wholesale real estate and seeing the lack of accountability that was in the real estate educational industry, Beyond. I just couldn't believe how so many of these so-called gurus were selling this piss-poor information out there. And I told myself, I said, once I got some success in real estate, I was going to create a dynamic coaching program that was literally going to change people's lives. And, you know, God has blessed me tremendously and has led me on, and I'm keeping on, and I will do it until I'm in the grave, until Coach retire my jersey.
Right, right. And
Yep.
it's like Rico said, personal development, that's one of the keys. It's not, for me personally, and I think Rico agrees, it's not the strategies, you know, all these different marketing strategies, because building relationship, that strategy don't change. And me, I love leverage. So building relationships, that don't change year after year. Marketing strategies, they change all the time. People spending thousands and millions on all these marketing strategies.
Right.
And most of them are not real. Most of them are, they teaching principles that they were teaching in 98. It's not the same today. But when you think about building relationships, that don't change. Those relationships follow you no matter what business that you're in. And here's the thing on personal development. Reading books, seminars, all that's great. I do all of them. But the key is going out and applying those things. You got to go take the things out of that book. You got to go take it out and bring it to real life. You got to read Think and Grow Rich and start testing and measuring the things that you're reading in a book. You shouldn't have to tell me that you read 100 books. I should be able to look at your life, and by the way you lead your life, I'd be like, man, I know they got a library in their house.
Wow, that's powerful. You got to walk the walk. You got to walk the walk. You can't just actually say you're going to do something and, you know, you don't have the intent to do it. Action speaks louder than words, okay? And when you're moving with action, people believe you, and they're going to follow you. And not only that, if you are applying action, guess what? Your goals are going to apply action and come to you as well. I hope that makes sense, guys. Don't BS yourself, okay? If you really want to do this and you are serious about it, then go out there and do it. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. But failure is that powerful teacher that's going to allow you to become a master in the game. The more and more you try, the better you're going to get.
What would you tell somebody just starting out in wholesaling? What 3 pieces of advice you would give somebody just getting started?
The 3 pieces of advice that I would tell somebody that's just getting started in wholesaling is, first is figure out your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing, first and foremost, okay? Is it to help your family? Is it to break a generational legacy curse in your family? Is it to, you know, actually attain a certain amount of money that you want, you've always dreamed about? Figure out what that purpose is and write it down. Second, what I would advise someone is find the expert people in the real estate game and build relationships. Man, I can't stress that enough. If you build a genuine relationship with someone and become intentional on building that relationship, everything you need will be there. Coincidentally, everything you need will be there. And third, I'm going to say haul ass. You got to work your butt off. You got to work as 10 times as harder as the next person that's out there. You got to understand that if you exhaust yourself in this thing, then I'm telling you, the universe is going to bring you whatever it is that you desire. So first, figure out your purpose. Be intentional on building relationships and go out there and haul ass. Yes, I said it, haul ass. Don't play around and BS with this thing. If people out there are putting out 50 bandit signs a week, you need to put out 100 bandit signs. I can hear some of you in the live saying, like, oh, man, 100 bandit signs. You got to think about it. How bad do you want this thing? If people are doing 200 postcards a month, you need to be doing 1,000. You need to engulf yourself in this business. That's the only way true success is going to come to you. I'm telling you, this is not one of those get-rich-quick schemes. I'm not the guru that's going to tell you you're going to get rich in 90 days. You're going to find out some stuff about yourself that you never have found out about yourself before if you exhaust yourself. And those are the 3 things that I would advise a wholesaler just beginning beyond.
What's your favorite real estate book?
My favorite real estate book that I've ever read is called Real Estate Now by Dean Graziosi. Real Estate Now. That book shaped my mindset, and it also taught me the dynamic marketing strategies that I needed to utilize at a young age when I began. So I advise everyone to go out there and look up that book, Real Estate Now by Dean Graziosi.
What's your favorite personal development book?
My favorite personal development book, of course, is Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, the #1. I mean, it taught me about the power of my subconscious mind. It taught me how to utilize affirmations, and it also taught me how to meditate properly. It also let me know that if I formed a mastermind group of like-minded individuals, that I was going to attain success faster, okay? So Think and Grow Rich was the most powerful personal spiritual development book that I have ever read in my life, and I advise every single one of you guys on this live to go get that.
Think and Grow Rich. It's one of my favorites, but my favorite is The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite personal development book. My favorite real estate book is The Millionaire Real Estate Investor by Gary Keller.
Gary Keller. Yeah, that's a good author as well.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
good one, man.
So what's your morning ritual like?
My morning ritual, when I get up out the bed, like I said before, I'm going to affirm myself what I am trying to attract in my life. So my morning ritual is saying my affirmations to myself. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. And I'm saying this to myself not 3 times, not 4 times, because I'm just playing around with it and I'm just lollygagging with my mouth. I am engaged with my mind through my mouth, and I'm saying it repetitiously. Key word, repetitiously. I got to say it to myself over 100 times so my subconscious mind can actually believe what I'm speaking, okay? You have to charge up that vibrational frequency out there to the universe so it can come back to you. I'm telling you, that's a serious morning ritual that I do. And then I go out there, I get me some breakfast, and I go to the gym, Beyond. And once again, Beyond, you have gave me a tremendous amount of knowledge on just, if you want to be healthy, just go to the gym and work out every single day and start small. You know, and I want to I want to thank you for that as well, because I've taken that from you and I applied it to my life, and I'm demonstrating. As you always say, lead by demonstration. And, man, since I've been working out in the gym, I have gained over 30 pounds. I can't wait till you come back to Memphis so you can see the transformation.
I've been watching you. I'm like, man, this dude look like a little action figure.
Yes, man, thanks to you, man. You know, you provided all of that motivation, and I'm not stopping. You know, me and my partner, Jack, we're here in Memphis as well, and Jack is in the gym every single day.
Damn.
And that's my morning ritual, getting my mindset right. You know, being serious, because I know where I want my body to be. And most people need to know that if you want to be successful in real estate, your health has to be right. If your health isn't right and you're looking all slinky and sloggy, people are not going to take you serious. So become intentional on getting your health right and get inside that gym. So my morning rituals are saying my affirmations to myself, getting me a great, excellent breakfast, and hitting that gym, Beyond.
That's what's up. It's funny because successful people or people that's on that path and serious, their morning rituals are kind of like the same. You know, I get up in the morning, I make me some coffee, I come in the basement, I just sit down and don't do nothing for about 15 minutes, just clearing my mind. Yeah. And then I pray. My prayer every day, multiple times a day is, God, thank you for the amazing gift of life. Thank you for all that I am. Thank you for the amazing blessings and opportunities that you've placed in my life, seen, unseen, and in process at this very moment. I wish all living beings love, peace, and happiness. Thanks, God. It's game time. Let's grow, baby. So I say that. So I say that every day, multiple times a day, and then I read for 20 minutes in the morning. I set the timer on my phone. I read for 20 minutes. After that, I meditate. After meditation, I either work out in the basement. I set the timer for 20 minutes, do a full body workout, push-ups, dips off the couch. I got some dumbbells where I do curls and some laterals, and I just keep going around for 20 minutes, or I hit the gym. After that, it's real estate.
That's it. That's every morning. And, that's just what you have to do every day. People say, well, I got this going on, and I don't know how I could do that. I got to do this. Guys, you got to sit down and figure out what's important in your life. If you say you want to be successful in real estate, it's a no-brainer. You shouldn't have to question yourself about all of that. You just got to do it. You got to block out everything else, and you just have to do it. And the quicker you do it, the quicker you're going to be to your goal.
Yeah, I think in anything, not just real estate, if you're serious about anything, you need to create a morning ritual that energizes you up in the morning, and you carry that with you throughout your day. And then before you go to bed, it's the same thing.
Right.
It's the same thing, because if you just think about it, if you go to bed, if you watch the news, you know, and then go to bed, just try this. This is what you have to do. You have to. I'll use my life like a scientific project. So try going to bed, watching the news for a week straight, and then go to sleep. And then the next week, try going to bed, like meditate, pray, or read something positive, or look at your goals. I write my goals down before I go to bed and when I wake up. Like, try that and then go to sleep. Watch how you feel. Watch how everything in your life starts to shift.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And that just lets you know that your mind is real. Okay? When anything that you put into your mind, you're going to reap a seed, and you're going to sow it into the physical world, guys. And as Beyond said, if you're watching the news at night and you're seeing all this negativity, and you might go to sleep, that information is still getting embedded in your subconscious mind. It's going to make you feel down. It's going to make you feel negative, and you're not going to be able to manifest. Okay? We are manifestors. We are co-creators with the big one upstairs. He has given us that gift. It's already done. Okay? Do not allow the trillion-dollar distraction industry, as Beyond always say, to blind you on that. You know, like I said, you got to be serious on this thing. Real estate is a beast. It's not something easy. And so you're going to have to become a beast within yourself to tackle this thing, if that makes sense. And when you tackle it, when you become a beast, you're going to get it, and it's going to happen for you.
So we're gonna have to do some more of these, because when we get on, the energy's so crazy.
I know.
We just keep going. Man. So we're gonna let them ask some questions. Somebody said, isn't wholesaling illegal? Is
wholesale real estate is not illegal. That's one of the largest, biggest misconceptions out there. That's a great question. Okay, I want you to know this. As an American citizen in the United States, each and every single individual has the right to assign their rights out of a purchase contract to an end buyer with the backing of a closing attorney. It's simple. If you look at a purchase contract, you can actually see a standard purchase contract. It says buyer and or assigns. Buyer and or assigns. That means that the buyer has the right to either purchase this property, or he has the legal right to assign his rights to an end buyer and get paid a compensational fee from that. I hope that makes sense. And you have to have a title company for this. Now, many people say, well, Rico, don't you have to have a license? And don't you? I think you have to go to a real estate school for that, right? False. Being a real estate agent and being a wholesaler is two separate worlds, guys. Okay, I want you to go out there and research and study that and see the difference. You do not have to have a license, and no, wholesaling is not illegal. That's a great question.
Somebody else asked, what's your marketing method?
My marketing method, one of my main marketing methods in wholesale real estate is direct mail marketing. I love it. I love direct mail, guys. I try everything. Bandit signs, SEO, websites, door knocking, cold calling. You know, I've tried so many of the CRM management tools, the virtual assistants. Nothing has transformed my business like direct mail marketing, because it allowed my phone to ring all day long. It gave me infinite possibilities to talk to people in other states and build relationships with them, build rapport with them, and help them in their situations. So I love direct mail marketing, and I advise you to do it too.
Somebody asked me, how is the Cleveland for wholesaling? The Cleveland for wholesaling is great. I said great with a G, a capital G, capital R, capital E, capital A, capital T.
Cleveland is hot.
Cleveland, hey, I've been investing in real estate for about 17 years, and I never seen the Cleveland market this hot.
Wow.
Next question.
Wow.
Somebody asked, what about Facebook ads? Do you use Facebook ads?
I've tried Facebook ads before. They're great for lead generation, but once again, I focus on direct mail marketing. I tried it a little bit, and I got a few leads in, and some of them wasn't as qualified as I wanted them to be. I just love direct mail marketing.
How do you find buyers?
I find buyers by being intentional, and this is a great question because this is something that I tell my students. You know, most people say, well, Rico, if you're a coach in Memphis, how could you coach somebody in California, or how could you coach somebody in New York City to go out there and develop relationships with buyers? It's common sense, guys. It's not rocket science, okay? If you are intentional on going out there and building a massive wholesaling business, you need to utilize the internet. And first and foremost is Google. Google. So say, for instance, if a student is in Los Angeles, I tell my students to go on the computer right now, go on Google, and type in Los Angeles real estate investors. You know what's going to pop up when you put that in there? You're going to see the actual buying investment companies that's in L.A. Most people say, well, wow, I didn't think of that. I know you didn't. It's right in front of you. It's right in front of you. And so when you pull up that information on Google, you can actually get the address. You can actually get the phone number. And I'm a person of intention again. I'm not just going to call that person. I'm going to go to the office of where they're located. And when I go there, I'm going to go in there with full enthusiasm. I'm going to say, hey, my name is Rico Smith. I'm a local wholesaler who's just started my business here. And I want to be your eyes and ears to the market. Where are you guys buying properties? Because I want to create a successful targeted marketing campaign that's not only going to save you time, but it's going to save me time as well. Because I want to bring you the properties that you're looking for. I know sometimes other wholesalers just bring you anything, but I want to be specific. And that's the start of establishing a real relationship, guys. You know, you got to get over the phobia of getting out their house. Stop hiding behind a laptop. Stop calling people because you're so scared to show your face. Your life is on the line. You said you got to help your family. Live up to what you said you're going to do and go out there and find that buyer. They're out there.
And I'll add this. See, it's no secrets. Like, so it's no secrets. Like, it's no secrets in this world. It's no secret. It's
Right.
just information that you haven't gotten access to. Or more importantly, it's a relationship that you haven't built yet. It's no secrets. Right. So some people think that it's going to be secrets because they're trying to, you know, do a one-night stand or go around and work. You can't go around and work. The people that's
Right.
finding it hard to do, they don't want to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to go out. You got to go network. You got to network, network. You got to focus on building relationships. That way you stand out. We live in a society where people just focus on money. So you know what? You stand out. If you only focus on money and not adding value and getting what you want, you stand out to people like me, and I'm not interested in doing business with you. But if you're looking to add value, people see that you're serious, you focused, you hungry, and there's something in it for them, and you thinking about them, you're going to be attractive. That's why I'm attractive. Not just literally, but both. That's a double entendre. Because I'm focused on the relationship. Period. I'm focused on adding value. The people I want to connect with that's successful, I focus on adding value. They sell a t-shirt, I'm buying a t-shirt. They sell a book, I buy a book. They having a course, I done paid for courses and never planned on going to the courses. But I paid for the courses. Guess what? So when I show up in a city, they having coffee with me. They having lunch with me.
Exactly.
I send cards.
So
I get people's addresses right here on Instagram. I court people on social media, get their address, take pictures off of their social media account, and I send them physical greeting cards that they get in the mail. You see, I post some of them right here. I send them brownies. I send them gift cards. Why? Because we all love when somebody show us appreciation or thank you or happy birthday. No matter if you have $0 or 100 million, we all want to be loved and appreciated. So I do that because I know people like it.
That's so true. And once again, Beyond, I learned that from you. It took me years to understand that. But when I flew to New Jersey and I sat down with you and we had our personal conversation with each other, it was profound to me, man. It was very profound because I was actually chasing the money at that point in my career. I was chasing money and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't reach that next level. But as you said, Beyond, adding value to that person that you're building that relationship with is so key. And now, when a buyer closes deals for me, it's beyond me taking that check and going back home and not, showing my appreciation to that buyer. Now I'm calling that buyer and I'm asking them, hey, man, what size suit do you wear? I want to buy them something. I give them something, whether it be the brownies, like you mentioned before, or a gas card. And it trickles on down to the closing attorneys, Beyond. If you realize these closing attorneys, they work so hard all day, getting paid an hourly wage, closing these deals. If they close deals for me, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to say, hey, it's lunchtime, guys. Are you guys hungry? What do you want for lunch? Here's a gas card. You got to go above and beyond to show that appreciation and stop being selfish. It's not just about you. You got to understand, when you add value within yourself and others, man, you're going to have so much success. You're going to have so much success. So you got to be intentional on that. Now, the buyers, they call me when it's a Christmas dinner. I'm at their house eating with them. They think about me when they go to sleep. When they wake up, they're like, wow, that's something different. And sometimes I just call them just to call them and see how they're doing. Hey, man, I don't want anything. I just called to see how you was doing today. And they say, wow, man, so many people call and ask me for something, but it's a rarity for someone to call and ask how I'm doing. That's appreciation, guys, and always remembering their birthdays or their kids' birthdays. You got to get intentional on building the relationship genuinely. You got to take money out the picture for a second. Coincidentally, the universe is going to bring you so much more of that.
You guys mentioned Jay Morrison. What's your relationship with him? That's our friend. We used to work with him.
Yep, Jay Morrison is a great, excellent coach. We learned a lot from him. Jay Morrison actually allowed us to, utilize his platform, and he put us on a national platform. And me and Beyond is taking that torch, and we're building our own businesses, and we're coming together periodically to continue to share and spread this information for our people.
Did you go through his program? Queen, we was actually coaches with JMA. We were coaches.
Yep.
Rico was teaching wholesaling, and I was teaching fix, flip, buy and hold, personal development, that whole thing. So we were coaches with Jay Morrison Academy. And I also traveled with him when he first started doing the corner classes. I had the opportunity to travel with him and meet a bunch of people and just share information and equip our people with the information that they need to move forward.
Yep, sure did. That was great.
How can people contact you, Rico?
All right, first, guys, make sure that you go on Instagram and follow me. It's MadPaper, one word. I know you see it here on the live. Also on Facebook, you can contact me there. It's Rico Smith. That's RICO SMITH. I want everyone on the live to go visit the website, www.madpapercoaching.com. That's one word, www.madpapercoaching.com, and actually see the work we've been doing. We've been featured on the news over 20 times here locally, just showcasing the student testimonials. So I want you guys to go there and support.
What do you look for when determining whether the deal is profitable or not?
What do I look for? That's a great question. One thing that I do, and it goes back with relationships, as a wholesaler, you have to learn the importance on leveraging the knowledge of the expert buyer. If you don't know too much, you need to ask that buyer, what is he willing to pay for that property? Okay? If you have a real relationship with the buyer, he has no problem allowing you to utilize his resources, meaning that when that inspection day comes to actually look at the property and assess the repair, he's going to have his contracting company outside. Do you know how valuable that is? That means that you can actually follow that contracting company and ask them questions as they go along. Why is linoleum in the kitchen? Do we need to rip this linoleum out and put ceramic tile in here? Why? And one thing that I learned from following a contracting company by leveraging the knowledge of my buyer's resources is I know that I need to put one shingle layer of roof on a home. It doesn't need to be 8 layers of shingles on a house, okay? I also learned to utilize the MLS and look up the ARV on the property. How much is this property worth after the repair value? That's very, very key. And I also look at the comparable analysis of the neighborhood. What are the other homes around this property are selling for, guys? That's very, very key, and that's some of the things that I look for. And the most important thing that I look for beyond is how motivated is the seller, okay? It's very important. How motivated is the seller? If the seller is not that motivated, you don't need to waste your time, nor do you need to waste the seller time. You need to go to that motivated seller who's ready to give you the deal 50 to 40% off the market value. And that's what we look for as wholesalers.
Do you do JV deals?
Majority of my deals are JV. Guys, I do direct mail, but majority of my deals are JV because all the students that come through the coach programs, I turn them into my partners. So when they do their marketing deals and they bring the lead back to me, I allow my buyers to close on the deals and we split the profits 50-50. You know, I don't do the 70-30s or the 60-40s like these other programs. I believe on giving my student half of the check. And JV deals are great because if you're just starting out and you may have a specialized ability to connect with the buyers, but you may meet someone else who doesn't have that ability. His specialty is bringing in great quality leads. Do you know it's a match made in heaven if you partner with that person? See, us as a people, we got to take our ego out of the picture and stop trying to be the king of the hill and do everything by ourselves and understand the value of teamwork. That's why Beyond always hashtag together we all win, okay? So JVing is a great way to accelerate yourself to get your first few deals in the business, guys.
Well, just like he just said, most of the wholesale deals I do, they're JV. You know why? You know why I like JV? Because I don't want to do any marketing. Like, I don't want to hang no bandit signs. I don't want to send no direct mail. I'm just being honest. I don't want to do that. I want to focus on my strength. My strength is building relationships. So people know that they can trust me. People know when they bring me a deal, I'm going to split the money when I sell it to my cash buyers. And I just want them, just keep bringing me deals. So if that's you, bring me the deal. Bring me the deal. You know, I'm a cash buyer and I have cash buyers, like real ones, real cash buyers. And I know exactly what I want. I know exactly what they want. I know a great deal when I see one. Most of the time I could tell just by the number and the pictures and the address if it's a great deal or not. I love to split the money up. Why? Because we can leverage each other's time. And when you put that together, I could do way more. I can do hundreds of deals a year JVing.
Exactly.
So bring me some deals.
That's good.
So any last remarks, King? Any more questions, audience?
Yeah, if you got questions, give it to us. But I wanna end this thing on kind of going back in the beginning when I was talking about pain. A lot of people are at a dark place in their life, you know, and I understand that because we all experience ups and downs in our life. And many of us are wanting to, you know, pursue wholesaling, and obstacles arise. And I want you to remember anything that you're going through, a death in the family, hard financial times, having a hard time building relationships with people. I want you to know that you need to take your pain and turn that pain into triumph. Channel that pain into motivation, okay? Imagine if you had your kids in a house and the house was on fire, and you knew you had about 5 minutes to go in that house and save your kids. How would you feel at that moment? At that very moment, how would you feel? I know you're going to run in that house and you're going to do anything you can to go save your kids. Well, you need to trick your mind to feel that way each and every single day when you're trying to go out here and pursue real estate. You got to do that. And guys, I can't stress that enough. And I want to end it on that. Turn your pain into triumph, Beyond.
Hey, appreciate you taking out time, bro, to hop on just to share your insight.
Anytime, King.
But you
anytime.
Know, that's how we win.
Once again, Beyond, I got to thank you too, man. I got to thank you personally. This is from me to you. Thank you, man, for everything you've poured into me. You know, I watch you from a distance. We don't talk as often as we should, but man, You have changed and shaped my life. And I appreciate that value, man. It's an honor to get on this live today with you. Thank you so much.
Well, show me that you really appreciate it. Start researching some zip codes up here. I'm gonna give you an order when we get off. I'm gonna send you some zip codes. I'm gonna send you some zip codes. You have your marketing team do whatever they need to do, so we can cut up a bag. Let's do that. Let's be intentional about doing that. I think that'll be something exciting to talk about for people that watch both of us. So I'm gonna send you some zip codes. You do your thing, your 1-2. I get them closed, and we get back on and we talk about that, so people can see, you know, they can see us sharing information, resources, cutting up money together, working together. I think the people, you know, need to see more of that. You know what I mean? On all levels, us working together, sharing information and resources as a whole, because that is the answer to everything. The things we don't like, the things that we hate, that's the answer. Us working together collectively, collaborating. Instagram cutting us off. You still there, King? Can y'all still hear? Can y'all still hear? Can y'all still hear? Cool. I guess our energy was too strong for the frequency. They like, oh no, we can't have them joining forces, sharing information and resources. They didn't figure us out. They didn't figure how to run through these obstacles. Yep, we sure did. Now it's just a matter of everybody lining up and transforming to our Optimus Prime, period. Thank all you for joining in Mentorship Monday, where we share information, add value, answer questions. Wait a few minutes to see if the King hopped back on. It's almost been an hour. Anyway, they may be cutting us off. No more questions. See y'all next Monday. Thanks again for tuning in. Peace.